everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. If this is your first time seeing this face, you're absolutely welcome to this space. Feel free, get to know me by looking through my channel and watching my videos, and also interact by leaving your comments and your thoughts about my channel. So I recently started a series on my channel called Moving to Japan, and the focus is on studying in Japan. I chose this topic because it's one of the first things that people ask me when they realize I live in Japan. They always want to know about schooling in Japan, the language of instruction, and generally just life as a student being in Japan. So that's why I chose to focus on this topic. I've made 2 videos about the topic on my channel, and I'll put them in the description box so that you can click if you're interested in watching them. And I'll recommend that you watch them because in those videos I spoke about the different visas available for people who are coming to Japan. I equally spoke about the ways that exchange students can come to study in Japan from a period of a few weeks until a year. And lastly, I spoke about the reasons why you should consider Japan as your study destination. So today I'll be talking about the process through which international students can come to Japan and study in Japan as full-time students. So first of all, a bachelor's degree in Japan lasts for 4 years, while a master's degree in Japan lasts for 2 years, and a doctorate degree in Japan lasts for 3 years. In Japan, the application process for an undergraduate degree and that for a graduate degree differs. So for an undergraduate degree, the first thing you have to do is you have to first of all figure out the program that you are interested in, and then after figuring out, you have to look through the universities to see which one offers that program that you're interested in. So after figuring out the university, the next thing you have to do is you have to go through the application requirements of the university, which normally includes submitting your high school diploma or your high school certificate, submitting your academic transcript from high school, 2 letters of recommendation, writing an essay or 2 depending on the situation, and then filling out an application form. So once this is done, you can submit your documents and your file will be processed and your documents will be assessed, and after a period of time, the results for the first stage of the application will be given to you. If you're successful in the first stage of the application, the next thing will be to move to the second stage, which will include an interview. So during this time, you might have general questions like asking you about your strengths and your weaknesses, and you can also have specific questions regarding the subject that you're interested in. For example, if you're coming to study chemistry, then they might ask you for some formulas or for some different laws. If you're coming to study physics or biology, they might ask you for things that they expect that you know about that subject. So if you're successful in this interview stage, the next thing is that you're going to receive your admission letter, and then you'll be told when to pay the admission fee or the acceptance fee. And then if you follow everything correctly and then you apply for the visa when you're supposed to apply for, then you'll be sure to start the program when the program is supposed to start. However, if you're coming for a graduate degree in Japan, the application process is slightly different from that of an undergraduate degree. So for a graduate degree, first of all, you have to identify what your research is going to be about. So you have to figure out what you want to research in Japan. You have to identify the university that offers the program that you're interested in researching about. The next thing is you have to look through the universities to identify the professor that carries out the exact research that you want to do. And then the next thing is that you have to contact the professor that you're interested in. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This professor doesn't know you, but this professor has to agree to want to work with you based on what you write in your email. So during this time, you have to include your research plan or your research interest, as well as you also have to link your research interest to his or her research interest, and then you also have to explain why you decided to work with this professor. So before you go ahead to contact the professor, I recommend that you go through the professor's research interest detailing so that you'll be able to write a good email that will make the professor to want to work with you. If a professor accepts to work with you, the next thing is they'll guide you through with the application process in the graduate school. And during this time, the graduate school will ask you for your research plan. So they'll ask you for your bachelor's degree certificate if you're coming to do a master's degree, and they'll ask you for a master's degree certificate if you're coming to do a doctorate degree. The next thing is they'll ask you for your academic transcripts. They'll ask you for your research thesis and your summary for your bachelor's degree and your master's degree for master's degree seekers and doctorate degree seekers respectively. And then they'll also ask you for your application form, and I think that's about it. If you submit these documents and everything goes on successfully, then the next thing is you'll be eligible to come to Japan as a research student of that laboratory. Most universities, the process after the professor accepts you is for you to come to Japan as a research student. The research student period lasts for 6 months, and during this time you will learn Japanese, and you will also get to know more about the research interest in your laboratory. And lastly, you will prepare for entrance examination. After writing the entrance examination, if you're successful, then you'll be eligible to start the master's degree or doctorate degree program effectively. So now that we've talked about the application process, now let's talk about the different ways that you can come to Japan as an international student. So there are different programs available for people who want to come to Japan. There's the G30 program, there's the MEX program, there's the JICA program, just to name a few. But today I'd like to tell you about the G30 program. The G30 program or Global 30 program is a program where international students can come to Japan to study in top Japanese universities in English language. So there are 13 universities participating in this program. You have Tokyo University, you have Kyoto University, you have Osaka University, you have Nagoya University, you have Tsukuba University, you have Tohoku University, you have Meiji University, you have Doshisha University, you have Sophia University, you have Waseda University, you have Ritsumeikan University, you have Kyushu University, and I'm missing one more, which I'll put on the screen. Previously, if you want to study in Japan, then you needed to have a good understanding of Japanese, because the courses were taken in Japanese. But thanks to this G30 program, you don't have to have any knowledge of Japanese, because the courses are entirely in English and your exams will also be in English. So I'll put the links to all these universities that I've mentioned in the description box, so that you can just click and it will direct you to the various G30 programs of the universities. There's also a G30 scholarship, which the university that you're applying through will guide you through with the application process. There are no specific G30 courses. Every university has their various programs that they are offering. So I recommend that you check the different universities and see which one is offering the programs that you're interested in. And then you start looking through at the application process, such that when it's time to apply, you'll be ready to start with your application. So if you have any questions regarding what I discussed in this video, please leave it in the comment section below and I will definitely address them. So thank you so much for staying tuned with me until this point in time. See you in the next video. Goodbye.